Hi guys, it's Rae. Today we are starting a new cup. This is like a super simple Christmas cup. I have a 20-ounce skinny sanded prepped painted white, and it has one coat of epoxy with a little bit of the perfect white diamond dust from IPP mixed in. And I'm going to give it a wrap with this water slide. This is 2 images from a image set from Creative Fabrica that I put together on one sheet, and I'm going to get it on here. So I'm going to soak my water slide and get my cup wet. Actually, I'm going to put a paper towel under it too. This is the decal that's going to go on it, and it's going to get one or the other of these 2 nail tapes. I haven't decided which yet. So but that's it. Very, very basic. So I'm going to get my cup wet, like I said. My water slide should be about ready to release. And I really wanted to do it the face down pull off method, but you have less wiggle room when you do it that way. So I think I'm going to do the standard method, even though it's more difficult. So let's see if I can get this started. And this is going to go pretty darn close to the top. You know what? I don't even think I'm going to be able to get it started that way. So I'm just going to do it this way and really hope for the best. I'm just wrapping it right now. I'm kind of trying to see a little bit of my lines. Because I really do want this kind of Nordic looking print to line up a bit for me. So I'm going to peel this part back. I had a squeegee brush right here. Here it is. And that's pretty good across the top, so I like how this isn't releasing for me. Squeeze a little more water in there. Oh, I crinkled it badly. Let's see if I can get that uncrinkled for me at some point here. I can't, I'm going to have a really horrible seam. But that's okay. So I'm going to sit it back on its backing paper because that's going to give it the best chance. And full disclosure, this is already the second time I've messed up this cup. I'm starting to think it's not meant to be. Okay. So I did just stretch that a little bit. I'm gonna take a blade to trim that up a little bit more even, but at least this wood section is a little more forgiving at least. So I'm gonna get a little water on here because there's a lot of bubbles under here. I'm actually gonna smooth it with the backing paper to start. See how quick and easy that was? It's a quick and easy cup. So I'm going to try and stretch. Well, it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to put a piece of nail tape at the top too. Maybe. I'm going to smooth it up to the top. This is where I lost all that excess. I did fold it over here a little bit. There's quite a lot of water under here. However, I suspect that I might be able to finagle my decal into part of that. So it might be okay. There are some mammoth water and air bubbles under here. What is going on right there? I've never had a bubble that I couldn't push one way or another and out. So that seems going to end up a little bit janky. Now there's a huge bubble up here. Good times. Okay. I think I'm finally getting somewhere with it. Maybe. I don't really want to put a bigger squeegee to this. I think I finally got it. So this is definitely going to get probably another layer of glitter on top just to hide some of these imperfections, because this has gone so far sideways and I am not printing this one a third time. I don't think at this point I can straighten that out at all. I think it's on there. Too far gone. But hopefully I can get this gap closed again. Perfect. Okay. Just trying to stretch. All right, I'm going to quit fussing with this before I make it worse. go over it. I'm going to get my squeegee wet one more time, because I'm not so much worried about the surface being wet. I'm worried about underneath. Just to push any more air bubbles out. This is definitely going to get some tape on the bottom. Hopefully it'll be thick enough to hide that. So I'm going to, at this point, quit messing with it. I'm just going to let it dry. I think I'm going to leave my seam a little screwy, at least on the top. I might just leave it completely. It's just going to have a seam, and that's all there's going to be to it. Because I really don't want to keep making it worse. So I'm going to let this dry thoroughly, and I'm going to come back in and put my decal on if I can ever find it again. But I'll get my decal on. And then I'm going to do my pinstriping. I'm going to do the decal first because I'm going to put it overlapping the line. And because I'm going to do it all in one step, I'm going to come up right to the edge with the nail tape. So, I will be back. Okay, so this water slide is dry now. And this is just printable vinyl, so it's just going to go on flat and smooth. And I kind of want the red ho 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 lined up at the split where the two are going to be. So I'm just going to lay it kind of in the center of that snowflake. There we go. Have a little bubble right there. All right. Because I'm going to do a red stripe in the middle and then green at the top and green at the bottom, I believe, is what I have decided. You know me and the nail tape. There's the end. I found it. So I am going to pull very carefully because I don't want to rip it. If I do, I'm going to have a problem because it's going directly on that water slide. If I can even get it to stick to my water slide. That was weird. I just want to go with the red here to pull in just a tiny touch more of red. So I'm going to come right up to the edge and cut it off. Then I overlapped a little over here just because I couldn't get it started. So I'm going to cut that. And get that little end piece off. So, next to be the green. Now that I've gotten better at the nail tapes, I kind of am liking them more. So I'm going to keep this one fairly low to try and cover all of this crappy looking. If I have to try and trim some of that off under the tape, I will. But didn't really want to, but I think I'm going to have to. So, there we go. I'm going to cut it and not lose the end. I will fix that in a moment because I'm going to go around the very, very top edge as well. I'm actually going to start. If I had an edge tool, this would be just cleaned up, but I don't have an edge tool, so. And I started at the front like that just because I can't see where I was covering the white on the back side, because the white's not on the back side. And with the nail tape, it's not really like vinyl. You can't really, well, you normally can't really tell where your seams are, but there. I'll fix that right up. So I'm going to come along the bottom and just trim and scrape any of that water slide that's under there off. And it really should just scrape right off. Without too much of a hassle. Okay, so this one is ready to go under resin. That's it for it. Like I said, it should have been quick and easy. I wouldn't have put this stripe or this stripe on had I not screwed up the water slide. So that's on me. But I will be back when I have my resin mix to go on the top. Okay, it is time to get a coat of resin on this. It's all dry. Just gotta get a pair of gloves on quick and get the turner turning. So, I have my resin mixed up. I am gonna put just a tiny bit more of the same additive I used for the base, just so this gets a little, so this stuff is so fine you probably can't see it in there, but I mean, I'm talking just a tiny amount. That is it this time. So I'm just gonna stir that in my resin. And get it on there. You're not really going to see it there. You're only going to see it over this decal because the whole cup was already based in this exact product. So no, it's not perfect. I may end up keeping this one as well, or offering it at a discounted price, but I don't like doing that because not too far anyways, you know, a couple bucks maybe. Because even though it's not perfect, you still used the materials, and actually in this case more materials because I printed this water slide twice. So it's kind of a judgment call on how far you want to mark something down. But I really like it anyway, so like I said, I may just end up keeping this one. or gifting it to one of my other Christmas loving friends. Because there's already one other one that I might be keeping, so. And I only need so many Christmas themed cups. So I'm just making sure everything's smoothed out. And then I will bring you down for a close-up. I am going to torch it real quick because I did stir this batch of resin with a pretty rough popsicle stick. Apparently I had issues. It ended up with tons of micro bubbles, but that was just once around quick. That's all it takes, really. So, let's come down and have a look. Look at that sparkle. Flawed or not, this cup is so cute. I absolutely do love it. So, there's that Ho 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 Santa vintage on sheet music. And I will show you the worst of the flaw. Just that seam and a couple little wrinkles. But, I mean, that is made to be a burlap texture, so it kind of really just adds to the rustic feel of this entire thing. So, I mean, I'll wait until it's dry and determine if I'm going to discount or not. I mean, the little wrinkles in the wood grain, I'm not even going to worry about. So, that is it for this one. Thank you for watching.